good evening and welcome to World Championship Series. Second race of the season, and I'm glad to tell you we have 18 drivers today. And we were starting with 16, and now just before the qualifying begins, boom, we have 18. And Pihkanen was in online mode, but he is not in the lobby, so if he joins during a race, we would have 19, which would be even better. But let's see what happens. Qualifying begins very soon here in the session. Hopefully the lobby is not as broken as it was last time. But let's see the standings of the one round. You can see Julian is leading. He's not in the race today, so unfortunate for him, he will lose his championship lead of this race. Tavo is second. He is racing today also. Also Jokke fairly missing out today, and Zeroy is racing. On the other side, the constructors, Ronaldo is leading by Mercedes and Ferrari, and then Red Bull. All other teams are without points so far. Weather forecast doesn't matter so much in Bahrain, but it is still obviously dry. But I have a setting in Bahrain in my weather generator that it can't give me any rainy conditions, because of course in real life there's pretty much no chance for rain in these tracks where desert is over there. So in this case it means Bahrain and Abu Dhabi. But we are ready on in Bahrain with the qualifying day. Let's take the game audios for you as well. And Pro Pratek is the first driver go out. There's the driver list, and like I said, 18 drivers. I will invite Pihkanen once more if he is here. Where's MNT Pihkanen? There he is in career Azerbaijan. That's a terrible decision by him. But we are going with 18 drivers for now. Hopefully we get one or even maximum two more before the race. That would be amazing amount of drivers. We had a disastrous F2 on Friday, but this is starting to feel like league racing. 18 drivers. At least F1 is safe, that's for sure, but F2 is under investigation, being completely cancelled. Or not completely, for an unknown time, but it will return once we have enough people. We are currently looking for many people. So we are not surrendering, we are just trying to fight back and try to keep the F2, but feels like it's not possible at the time. But first driver to go on the track will be Pro Pratik. He's a new driver. We found him, or GT Moto asked in PS4's Reddit and Discord, and we managed to get him through the Discord of Reddit. So thanks for GT Moto. This is one driver who is here because of you. If GT Moto is watching this live stream, unfortunately missing his race today due to GT Sports race another league at the same time. Oh, that was close. Completely losing it, but not quite. Well, how many F2 drivers we have here? I have no idea. It doesn't matter, it's an F1 race. Time to show off for the F2 drivers. Only the total amount of drivers matters, and it's 18, which is great. Basma Risi has a wheel, but he is not racing with the wheel this week, because it's a brand new wheel and he just got it. So he has to practice one more week. And today we are using the strict corner cutting in game. So there's only corner cutting opportunities in Bahrain, so that's why we're using strict. We are at the moment using strict also next week in Vietnam, but we just need to lock it by the sits and admins, and we will tell it later on. But the first drivers now go. Pro Pratik is on sector 3 now. We need to remember that the clock on the top left is half a minute ahead, so there's in reality 14 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the session. That's a big glitch by Cody's that needs to be fixed ASAP. 28.7, not a great lap to begin with. As we can see, V-Conrad puts fastest at the time, and there's Katsu actually spinning around in the final corner. That's unfortunate. Plays the spin. That's not the final corner actually, that's the middle sector. So my bad. People putting the fastest laps. It's Tavo who goes over the line first with Valtteri's unlucky car and he puts 127.1 on the board. We just had the real life British Grand Prix, and we Finnish people were extremely unlucky with our cars and tires, and we are extremely mad for Lewis Hamilton at the moment, at least we Finns. Really mad for Lewis Hamilton at the moment. But real life is real life and league racing is league racing. Jokke from final corner. DRS open from the line. Cross the checkered line. Goes only 9th fastest. Of course it was a bad lap, so it cannot be compared. No, it's Castro in the final corner, of course not getting a lap time because he spun. Miska into the pits. And Furilando go across the line and he will put himself 4th on the grid. Let's check the fitted tire, or the best tire at the moment. Furilando going mediums with Tavo and Mac as well. And then there's 4 drivers, Oskuts, Dean Gamer, Pasmerisi and Morgan X Womble out there with mediums. Actually there's Morgan waving at the moment in the middle of the track. There's people on the lap. Or actually not. I will take that back. Zero is not improving. Sippala at the moment leading the grid. Flex Marshall 2nd, and then there's a huge jump into Enduro. Hopeaneula already had a lap. That was not a good one. He needs to go faster. And then there's Puhkuli. He's actually on a lap. Let's go now this way. Too far back. Let's go this way. There's Puhkuli with the car of Charles Leclerc. Dean Gamer starting his lap, so he's not on a new lap. Jokke returns to the pit lane, and Puhkuli goes across the line as an F1 reserve, and he puts himself 3rd fastest on the grid with 126.0, and that's a good lap time to begin the session. Miska is not on a lap, so it is Furilando with his old medium tires in the final corner, and of course returning into the pits at the end of this lap. At least now we admins don't need to look after the track limits, but we prefer looking after them than taking away extra penalties which drivers don't need on the track. It's better to give them afterwards, but at least in my opinion. Everyone returning into the pits, and the first run of quali laps is over. Puhkuli driving very slowly, just letting it under and out by and not causing any issues. I might be muted like this for a moment sometimes because I'm trying to finish my dinner at the same time once we are driving, and when there's nothing happening I'm trying to eat and use the time as my advantage, so I don't need to eat during the race anymore. So that's why if I'm muted for long times or even 1 minute, or if I'm not saying anything, you know I'm eating, so nothing too dramatic. I don't leave. I don't leave this table before the session ends or the whole race event ends. But Oskus into the pits. Tavo going for next lap. Sippala 25.5, like I said, on the top of the board. That's a very good lap actually on the softs. Couple of drivers have now swapped over to soft tire. To be honest, I have no idea what tires people should run. Miska has crashed in the deadly turn 12, he turn 13. Like we saw in F2, he has crashed out heavily there by, according to minimap. There's no other place he has crashed. So there's no other way that he has crashed, that's what I mean. Tavo, I can tell he is extremely fast driver during qualifying. He has showed that off in co-op, in my co-op multiple times. He's 1 second faster than me during qualifying. So that if I'm quick, he is more quicker. So Tavo is one driver to be looked after during these qualifyings once he is racing. Because he is really a championship contender this season. Because Julian is not racing today. By a good result, Tavo can take the championship lead. I think that would be first time, maybe ever, when Tavo is leading a championship in World Championship Series. But here, last corner, fucked up last corner, almost 8 tenths up. Yeah, the final corner is disgusting for drivers, and Tavo goes fastest, 125.1, nearly going to 124s. Half a second difference at the moment to the next driver. Oh, this Enduro. There is Enduro spinning off. And his lap is ruined, obviously. Puhkul is on out lap. Then there's another Williams of Kassu. Yes, because Flex Marshall is starting his next lap now. There's Conrad slowing down on the back straight, or it's Oskuts. Doesn't matter, they're driving slowing down. Furelando goes fourth fastest on the softs. Top 4 is very tight, then there's a big difference. Rofatec into the pits. I don't think there's anyone on the lap actually. Kassu is not. Konrad is on a lap. And is Puhkuli. No, he's on an out lap, so it means that Konrad is the next driver to go across the line. Only a very minor improvement, not gonna help much. He has 3 tenths to the next place. So it's not gonna help too much. And he's just making the tires have a better life. Across the line, Conrad will go and he improves by 2 tenths, but that's not enough for now. Hopeanola in the final corner, not improving and returning to the pit lane. Dean Gamer going out again. Jokke has had a terrible lap and now he's trying on the mediums. If he doesn't manage in this qualifying, he is in trouble because P16 in Bahrain is not a good deal, and if you are not good in general on this track, it's not a good thing. I'm one of the slowest drivers maybe in the league if I was a driver in Bahrain. Not my strength. Not even close to be my strength. Next week Vietnam would be a much better track for me. Vietnam is one of my favorite tracks, and now Conrad has had an incident. Can we see it quickly from Oskuts Bow? No, we can't, unfortunately. There has been an incident involving V Conrad and he's out of the session. Jokke is preparing for a lap there, so only driver who that could be is Pasmaterisi, also going for another lap. Puhkuli is giving room for either Williams, it's Kassu. Dean Gamer is also doing well. He's improving so much. I don't think that's a purple sector, but it's a good sector. Now Kassu, let's take the best. Well, let's take the fitted. And Kassu goes 13th. Not a fast lap yet, but it's good. On the mediums. Dean Gamer crossed the line on softs and he goes 8th fastest at the time. That's very tight over there. And until top 13 it's really tight, and then there's big jumps. P14, that's Kassu again. Spinala in turn 1. Let's see how Jokke is doing. Is that really? He's not even improving on his current best lap. That would be terrible. You cannot be so slow. He's improving by 3 seconds. That would be 1.6. That would mean P12 at the moment. So he needs to go again by the current stance. Jokke goes 7th after final sector. Now it's just all about him. Does he want to come back into the pits very soon actually? And take the new softs, or just retire and hope you stay within the top 10. Hopeaneula starting his next lap. Yeah, Jokka retires from the session, so he's playing the Hope game. Yeah, my clock is, like I said at the beginning of the stream, my clock is half a minute in advance. Morjan has retired in the pits, same for Puhkuli. So people now starting to retire once they don't have any more time to come back into the pits. There's now around 3 minutes to go. So there is time for one more lap. Prof Protect. Hopefully he gets his lap finished, so we would have every driver. That's off track. That's off track. Terrible mistake. Terrible mistake. But he still has time. He stays out. That's even more terrible mistake. If Pro Protect can get a better lap time, that means that every driver on the grid would be within 2.5 seconds, and if Kasu could even more improve, the whole grid within 2.1 seconds. And yeah, the whole grid within 2 seconds would be amazing. Zeroy slowing down in the middle sector because he's on an out lap. Enduro, same thing. Zahvo currently holding the pole position in the garage with around 2 minutes to go. Sippala is half a second slower. Zahvo is going out again, so he's not confident with his lap time. He needs to go again. There's around 1 minute 40 seconds remaining. These drivers can make it in time, so that's not a big deal. They can make it. Zero is on an out lap already. Hopefully there is no traffic in the pit exit. That's a good turn 1 and turn 2. Let's see how comes. Oh, why have Miska left the session? Why has Miska left the session? I will invite him back. Because the F2 drivers have only one invite. So I need to invite them back, and that's a mistake by Zeroy. How was that not invalidated? Well, of course, it's a strict. Oh no. It's a strict corner cutting, so we don't give any penalties afterwards. The game's strict corner cutting makes the decision, and if someone protests it, it's strict. We cannot do anything about it. Strict allows it, we allow it. So, if you are racing with strict, the game makes the decision about these things. So, even if that would be invalidation, it's not by the game. And so he can continue. He lost like 3/10 there, but it's better than losing the whole lap. It must be still a couple of seconds because people are still running. Zeroy crossed around the pole. Lap times done already. He goes 6th, fastest, even though he made the terrible mistake. And Enduro goes 6th fastest, just in front of Zeroy. Basmati Risi. Hopefully Miska rejoins, so we don't need to go with 17 drivers in the race. Of course 17 is still good, but 18 is better. Basmati Risi cross the line. Pin 8. Now there's next driver. Dean Gamer. Dean Gamer's improving by a minor, very minor. That's too far. Oh, that was close. That was close, according to the strict that the game has. Usually the invalidation comes quite easily. Tava should have easy pole position here. Dean Gamer crossed the line, improving not much. And Furilando goes second fastest. It means Stavo has the pole. Yes, Stavo has the pole position for today's race. That's easy one, pole position. Will he still improve? 1:24.8. That's a pole position by 7/10. Adios. Adios. That's a pole position by 7/10. Jokke is P11. He has a free tire choice. Good or bad thing? I don't know. Looks like we are going with 17 drivers because Miska had not joined yet. That was good lap by both. Furilando, Tavo had an amazing run. Kassu P5. That's also a very good run by the F2 driver. Soon we go in Bahrain International Circuit for the season's second race. It's nearly go time here in Bahrain International Circuit with 29 laps ahead of us with 18 drivers. Or Miska is not a coast, so we actually have 18 drivers for the race that we have right in front of us. The starting lights will be broken again, but here we have a good point of view for the race start. And here we go, the green flag is waving behind. The lights are broken, these are not the right lights. As we can see now, drivers are officially preparing for it. And now we are underway. That was a great start by the Williamses. As we can see, Flex Marshall had a great start and Tavo had a terrible one, and Flex Marshall is leading the race going into one. Hopefully there's no any heroids, like the chef says, no heroids in the sand. And what? This time it's turn one where we don't want to see any carnage. Two-stop strategy will be anyway. Oh, just bang with Miska and see, oh, there's someone in the barriers. There's someone in the barriers. It is Conrad in the barriers, and we have safety car immediately out on track here in Bahrain. 5 seconds for someone. Didn't saw who it was. But the safety car is out in this race. What a terrible start for Conrad. The safety car obviously helps the drivers who have damage, but Fury Lando leads. That was a terrible start by Tabo. We don't know, obviously we don't know the real lights when they go out. We need to see the pole of other drivers. But the reaction of the two Williams drivers look like accident. But looks like both Williams drivers went out exactly the same time when the lights go out. I was surprised there was no jump start. And it was not a jump start, obviously. So that was a great start by two Williamses and terrible for Tavo and Conrad. Let's check the position change. Look at that. Morgan X Womble up by 5 places. Same for Hoppe and Neola. Jokke stays 11th somehow. And Sipala stays 3rd somehow. So Tavo took back 3 places in a start. So that was a very bad start for Conrad, unfortunately. Tavo into the pits. Under safety car conditions. And under safety car conditions you will lose 13 seconds. In the pit lane, of course, it's not gonna affect at this point of the race much. People pitting from softs to hards as far as you can go, and then into the pits at the end of the race. Renault double stacking, AlphaTauri wing change, same for Racing Point, so there has been a lot of damage in the first laps. And now Tabo is basically the first driver leading the race once we go later. And well, let's see what actually happened in the start. So there goes. Tavo had a terrible start. Williams had a perfect start both ones, especially Flex Marshall, for Lando as well. There was a lot of carnage at the back. That was what I was trying to get there, but I couldn't. And there's little contact, predicted race strategy. And then we can see on the background, there goes Conrad into the barriers. And that was his race over. Safety car is still deployed. Oh, actually, sorry. My bad. Wrong buttons. OBS is very sensitive by misclicks. So sorry for that. When I need to play with my OBS at the same time, when I don't have a separate director, I'm at the same time a race director, commentator, league owner. There's a lot of hard work for me. Game audios are, by the way, missing now. They are back on you. But the safety car is deployed, and soon we go again. Everyone has catch up the field, isn't it? Yes, only one Renault, and it's Profterek who is missing the field. 26 laps to go in this Bahrain Grand Prix. That was a very entertaining start. We are lucky to have just one retirement. Unfortunate for Conrad. Next week, better luck. Now the safety car is in one pack. So we should have a safety car into the pits at the end of this lap. fully landed leading the pack. Then comes Marshall, who had an excellent start. Sippala, Morgan actually P4. Severe collision at the back. I don't think so. Well, that 5 seconds I can call immediately that it gets off. That's because even though I didn't see it, if he is in front, he was smashed from the back. So, oh no! What happened here? Tavo has spun during the safety car. And he's in Valtteri Bottas' car. So he did Valtteri Bottas China 17 or 18, 2018 or 17. I don't remember the exact year, but he did Valtteri with Valtteri's car. But Tavo has a long way to grind back. The safety car is in at the end of this lap. And as you know, then there is no DRS once the safety car is coming into the pits. That's a slow speed I need to check. Oh, I didn't just have enough time to check it. That was the too slow approach or not. That's dangerous to go and slow. That's dangerous. That can leave into some damages. The 80 is the minimum. He went 60 for a moment. Puhkuli getting 5-second collisions. Green flag. Puhkuli has wing damage. So the safety car, slow safety car restart has been terrible for him. Jokke is P7. Jokke has a 26 race long top 4 streak. And Puhkuli had, like I said, a terrible restart for this race. He had collided with Kassu. And 5 seconds, only 5 seconds I can officially call off. It's PMP Max collision. That's the only penalty which gets called off, and there's Osgood spinning off, hitting the barrier like me in my team. If you haven't watched my videos, you don't know what I'm talking about. But my viewers know exactly the same way like I did in my team. Osgood is in the barriers. He is not retiring from the race, but he is in the barriers. Does he have any wing damage? If he don't have any wing damage, he is lucky. At least the damage is not visible, so it's very minor if he has damage, but the tires are overheated. And Tavo is tanking. There's the in-gamer spinning off. Luckily the coasting system is coming handy. Oof! Luckily the coasting is in. And I'm surprised the game has not deployed a safety car yet. There goes Miska. It's like, oh, that's a 5 second. That's a 5 second penalty. Osgood was clearly surprised by that. So Miska 5 seconds and PMP Mac gets the 5 seconds off. So I think I really need to... I think we need a full track map here. There's too many incidents. We need a full track map here. PMP Mac gets the 5 seconds off. Of course, he's deserving it here. So he gets the 5 seconds off from his total race time. And then Miska gets 5 seconds post-race for using the reset to the track. So, Jokke up to P6 after all. Oh, there's still the safety car coming in graphic. No one said anything. I forgot it completely. If you guys see any graphical glitches or graphics are wrong, let me know. If there's a safety car coming in and there's no safety car, always tell me that there's something wrong. But because I read the comments, I may not even look at the OBS preview. I just look to comment box. So I don't see the graphics at the same time as you. And Prof Protect gets overtaken by Dean Gamer. As we can see, when we have doubled the F2 driver amount, we immediately have 3 times more action. And it's much more entertainment to watch this race than the F2 race, which had only 10 drivers. DRS is now enabled, and if you don't know the DRS rules, you really should go to the doctor or at least read the F1 book. There's Miska. He has lost his whole front wing, and it means that we have a virtual safety car. And that means that we don't actually have the DRS yet. So virtual safety car, but at this point, let's use this time as our advance. And let's see the incentive against it. The safety car in this lap graphic was wrong. Osgood just lost it. He went into the barrier heavy with the front end first. So very surprising if he doesn't have any wing damage. Virtual safety car is still out. Oh no, Dean Gamer drive-through penalty for driving too fast under safety car. Not respecting the delta, going too fast. And that's an unfortunate penalty. Flex Marshall looks like he's much faster than Furlando in front. Of course the race is long and we are racing human against human. And online everything can happen and Flex Marshall goes. Sector 2, this Dean Gamer spinning around. Dean Gamer has retired from this race. Unfortunately we cannot spectate him, so there has been a huge crash. Pit windows open. Flex Marshall needs to make a move now. There's a chance for a safety car. So he needs to make a move. That's a nice battle and Flex Marshall makes the overtake. At least no safety car for now. Dean Gamer's car is cleared. And Furlando battling against Flex Marshall here. That's a great battle. There's also Morton behind and Furlando gets in front of Flex Marshall. That's an entertainment battle. Oh, there's 3 cars in the... Oh, there goes Sippola! There goes Sippola! How did he avoid the collision? How did he avoid the collision there? Jokke P5. Furlando dropping the 2nd place. Sippola lost it in the same place as me and Oskuts. And Marchen is still in there. Still looking after it. Marchen has lost the chance, but Furlando down the inside. Around the outside of turn 13 actually. The long way around. Can he make it in the limits? I think he can. And this is amazing battle against Marshall and Furlando. Oh please win. And on the straight. DRS is of course enabled. It was only a virtual safety car. So the DRS is enabled. Flex Marshall. Both into the pits. Both into the pits. Flex Marshall taking a penalty. That was a critical penalty for Flex Marshall. And let's see how this pit stop go. Furlando first. Another set of soft tires. Same for Flex Marshall. Of course Marshall has the 5 seconds now. So we need to keep that in mind. Basmati Reese down the inside of can't make it. Just can't make it. Too tight. Savo is 7th place. Sippola, who just lost it, is now there. Someone, Miska has getting a 3 seconds for multiple warnings. He's the only driver without a name there. So 3 seconds for Miska. This has already been one of the best races VCS has had for a while. Last week we had a disaster with the amount of drivers, and now we are having great amount of drivers and also the great amount of battles. And at the same time they are clean battles, there's not much collisions. Of course some collisions can't be avoided, but most of can. Jokke trying to go around the outside, but Hopeaneula makes a great defensive move. Sippola goes down the inside. There's minor contact. Jokke's lost it. Jokke has lost it by the contact with Sippola. Jokke has retired from this race completely, and we have a virtual safety car. Jokke's streak in VCS is over by that collision. He has crashed heavy into the barriers and he's out of this race. Of course the contact was very minor, but it was big enough. Sippola went down the inside in a bad place, and that one caused a crash. And Jokke's streak in World Championship Series is over. And Jokke's beginning for this race has been terrible. And the virtual safety car is called to an action. Very, very unfortunate way for Jokke to end this race. Let's see what our replay has got for us. It's the battle against Marshall and then Sippala's spinning. Unfortunately, we don't have Jokke's point of view because we had this replay file on the bottom. Here we can see this amazing battle through here. And then goes Sippala on the curb. Absolutely going like ice rink there. And losing it. And Kassu getting straight 3 seconds for corner cutting. So that's a bad penalty to take. There's sector 2, someone behind. That's Sippala again in trouble. And Sippala might get a post-race penalty for taking out Jokke. That's quite obvious that he gets a penalty post-race, but yeah. Morton is leading the race. That engine is not sounding very good. Obviously, it's a game issue. Tavo into the pits. The sector 2 yellow flag. It's Sippala might be again. No, it's Miska. Yep, it's Miska in trouble. But Tavo has made his pit stop. These guys are still racing. Another yellow flag. We really need a track map here. This time it's again Sippala. Multiple mistakes by drivers. Sippala is in the middle of the road, trying to cause a safety car maybe. He's driving unnecessarily slowly. So if that had caused a safety car, that might have been a penalty for driving unnecessarily slow under yellow flag conditions and causing a safety car half intentionally. But these drivers are still battling. Yeah, Jokke, if you want, I saw the incident. I couldn't get a replay from it, but I saw the incident, so if you want to see what happened, you can go back in the stream and watch it. Sippala went quite late down the inside. The contact was very small, but it was disastrous. It had a disastrous ending. Jokke's long streak, over 1 season long streak, is over. By that collision. And in a very bad situation. Now he's even further back in this championship. Tahvo is in great position at the moment. Even 1 safety car, and Tahvo can leave the championship by 20 points. And it's Sippala again going off. Sippala is kind of manual black and white flag needed. Because he's so slow at the moment. Oof. I think he just should let Miska past. He's in so big trouble, and yes, he does. Sippala is nearly getting a lap in this race, with only 11 laps behind. 3 retirements, Jokke, Dean Gamer and V Conrad, from which V Conrad had the DNF on the first lap immediately before the race even started. And now the Sippala has crashed out and caused a safety car. So we may need a point of view of Sippala, because he was last place. How did he crash? Because he might be on risk of getting a penalty for causing he crashing out intentionally and causing a safety car. The safety car is out. We have no new replays to look at. So I think we are just going with this now. Morton needs to react. Will he box for hearts? Yes, he will. And like we showed earlier, the delta lost in the pits is 13 seconds. So if Hopianella does not pit, he will lead the race. Obviously, everyone has to box. Because the hard tires will go till the end. And that is exactly what the drivers are doing. Ooh, that's close to be an unsafe release. But in game we don't, and we VCS admins or studs don't give manual penalties for unsafe releases. It's a hole in the game that you can't get a penalty by it. Oh, Marshall was a victim of Kassu's 5 seconds. Tavo into the pits as well. Basmati Reisi already on the hearts. going up to 7th place. Of course, he has old tires. Oh, 2 laps. Might go to the end, and he's P7. We have 14 runners in this race. Dhabi joining P11. Zeroy leading this race. Let's check the tires. 9 laps. That's not gonna go to the end. Same for Profitec and PMP Mac. They have to stop again. So for them, this safety car was at terrible timing. Now we are just waiting for the safety car to get back into the pits. This is already 3rd safety car period out of maximum 5 in this race. Here's a driver with which we were talking in podcast this weekend. Yesterday there was a new podcast episode which can be found from Mixcloud or from our website. With this guy, the bartender, we were talking about VCS and real life, and we were talking in general in the podcast about F1. The podcast episode is 43 minutes long, so if you want to listen it, make sure to go after this race on our website or to Mixcloud if you have Mixcloud installed, and listen to the episode. Interesting talking for 40 minutes. But now we are just waiting for the safety car to come into the pits. Osgood has not reached safety car, same from this car. Everyone else is already in the queue. And we are just waiting. Race is halfway. These safety car episodes are at the same time one of the most boring sessions of the race situations, but at the same time they are most interesting parts because there's a safety car restart which can give us anything between the earth and space. "14 runners left in this 90 Bahrain Grand Prix. Next weekend we have the Vietnam Grand Prix. Very interesting to see the drivers actually in action for the first time on a new track. And how they can handle the race distance. Safety car should be pitting at the end of this lap. Miska should catch up to the safety car. So quite easily the safety car should pit at the end of the lap. And we would have the second half of the race still remaining. If the safety car could just shut down the lights. There goes safety car in this lap, and let's take a telemetry of Zeroy so we can see what is actually happening. What's the speed in reality? 80 kilometers an hour is the minimum pace to lead to the queue with. Zeroy is doing with 140. Safety car is in the pit lane and we are go. And after the line, the overtaking is allowed. Morchan going for it immediately. Let's see, overtake, he has used all his battery already. And we haven't even done a long term in this race. And Morchan around the outside, into turn 2, goes for an overtake. There's Flex Marshall spinning off. Oh, that was Basma Racy actually. No, not Flex Marshall, that was Basma the Racy spinning off, unfortunately. And now Zero is getting overtaken by his teammate, Hoppe Aneola, who is driving the race of his life. At the moment, P2. Enduro not going down the inside, he's a wise player. Not going to risk it. Tavo was forced to go off track there a little. But around the outside of Profitec. Not sure is he driving with non-traction control, but that was an amazing overtake anyway. Oh, there's contact. This Profitec has broke his front wing. There we can see the damage For Lando overtaking Kassu. He was not forced off the track maybe. But the only penalties that gets called off are PMP max penalties. And then someone, I think Niska, gets 5 seconds for resetting back on track. Oh, there's McLaren off. Miska losing it. He just retires from the session. Hopefully that doesn't trigger another safety car. We have 13 runners remaining in this race. 5 retirements. There's no safety cars at least yet. Puhkuli into the pits. No safety car yet. And of course no safety car either. More than 3 seconds. Bad penalty to take, bad penalty. Enduro overtaking Lando. "13 runners left, so by the fastest lap you need to be in top 10 now to get it." And let's see who had the fastest lap. Lando 129.3 by the time the fastest lap of the race. There's still max 2 safety car periods in this race. Hopefully we don't get that amount, but we still have maximum of 2 available. Why is there a flag of Singapore, by the way, in the crowd? Just asking. There's no Singapore drivers and there's a flag of Singapore in the crowd. DRS is now enabled. So, within the 1 second, the rear wing will open. Morton has already built a 3.1 second lead over to Hopeaneula. Then there's Zeroy, Enduro, Lando, Morsel, Kassu, Tabo, Oskuj, Mac. Basmati Risi, Protek, and Puhkuli outside the points. The last 3 runners. There's someone again. It's Kassu with front end first with wing damage. Oskuj will tank and also PMP. Oh no! Oskuj made additional damage for Kassu. That may lead into a penalty later on. Dean Gamer has left the session. Of course, he had retired earlier on, so it doesn't make any difference. Car number 77 in P7. Luckily not lap 7. Java really has some work to do in order to catch up to the drivers with equal cars. Now he has a huge scramble. Oh, how did Enduro lost like that on the straight? Oh, not leaving space at all. We are having a 3 wide moment on the main straight. This would be an amazing photo for our news. Down the inside goes Flex Marshall and not gonna make it quite. Around the outside goes Flex Marshall of Enduro. And racing with these guys is impressive. Basmati Risi trying to overtake PMP Mac. Side by side here. Basmati Risi has to pack off. Or will he? No, he won't. Puhkuli on the softs, trying the fastest lap. Those tires won't go to the end, by the way. There was a little bang. Hopefully no damage. Flex Marshall is right in the gearbox of Zeroy. Long way around. Then a switcheroo in turn 10. And then the DRS and overtake. Not gonna help, or will he go down the inside in turn 12? No, he doesn't. Will he? Yes, he will go. Now he has to go the long way around in turn 13. And he does it. Zero took the curb, which is not a good thing on this track. And Flex Marshall up to P4. Amazing racing. In the top. With 12 laps to go in this Bahrain Grand Prix. And Enduro now against Zero. Will Zero box? Yes, Zero will pit. He was just not choking. So Tahvo already up to P6 and he's going to the end on these tires. Basmati Racing closing quite rapidly, but can't make the move. TMP Mac having little issues, but the overtake cannot be done. Brutally overtakes Prof Protect because he is pitting. Wing change and Ford mediums and of course surfing the penalty. Basmati Race is still in the tail of PMP Mac. Yeah, Jokke, I had the same thing in my co-op race in Vietnam. I hit the wall with 40 kilometers an hour with simulation damage. My wheel didn't go off, but my car's battery said no. So, or my gearbox just blew off. And around the outside goes Flex Marshall off Hopeaneula. And that's simply a good overtake by Flex Marshall. Morton is leading the race by a mile. Hopefully he is not stuck in overtake, because he's out of ERS. We need to see it. Is Swamble or Morton stuck in overtake mode? Looks like. Sector 2 yellow flag. Where is the incident? It's Puhkuli spinning out. But here's PMP Mac against Basmati Risi. And Basmati Risi makes an overtake. But PMP Mac stays inside but can't make it. I want to see that incident. If you report it, Jokke, I think you should report it. But at least I want to see your point of view from the incident. Puhkuli 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane, and he's retiring from the session. So we have only 12 runners in this race. With 6 retirements at the time. Tahvo is racing against Enduro. Or I think he was. 6 DNFs and 12 runners. Hopefully no more retirements in this race. There's another yellow flag. It's Kassu. Oh, you didn't remember to save the video. Well, that's your fault then. Then you have to hope that if you make a protest about it, then the material we use is the point of view of Sippala and our livestream point of view. But then there's a risk that the desync may say that that's not a penalty, that the desync collision in the worst situation. Now Flex Marshall is racing against Furilando. And at the same time in the back it's Hopeaneula against Tahvo. The co-op duo is showing their pace in league. Side by side at the same tire compound, and round the outside Tahvo goes up to P4. Yeah, thank God Sippala has the video. Of course we need to use the stream material as well, because we need 2 point of views if it's possible in order to look at these incidents. And now when we have 2 posts, of course we're going to look after them both. Tahvo already up to P4, so this is not making good profit for you, okay? Because Tahvo is already ahead of you in the championship, and now he will be even more ahead of you in the championship. Enduro has another strike against Hopeaneula. 8.5 laps to go in this Bahrain Grand Prix. Hopeaneula is looking again after after Tahvo, but he can't make it. Like I said, the co-op duo is racing. And there goes down the inside. Hopefully they don't collide, because that will be a big fight in our WhatsApp chats afterwards, if they collide. But not yet, at least. Hopanala down to P5. Another one, it's Katsu, I think. Well, I'm not surprised. This will cause a safety car very soon. And if it does, there's a risk of penalty for spinning all the time and causing a safety car. Tavo is on the edge for getting a warning. The gap between these two drivers is similar to between Marshall and Fulilando. Let's see what these guys can do. They both have DRS. Panela is faster because Enduro is not using his ERS. That was a cut by Hopanella. He should get a penalty from that, or warning in this case. Tavo is in trouble if he can't defend this. But Flex Marshall is close. Morgan is going to win this race by a mile. Last season, Morgan's beginning of the season was terrible, then he was amazing in the middle, and his ending was more than terrible. But now he's going for a win. And the win is coming by a mile. Ferdinando is clearly faster in the corners, but for them, Flex Marshall is clearly faster in corners. Let's see the tire condition. Both have a 9 laps old mediums. They're gonna have to save tires at the end, which gives an open door for Tavo. Paneola is not even close, but he is still coming. Five laps to go in this Bahrain Grand Prix. Let's see what the replay footage got stored for us. Lap 16, so this was 6 laps ago. There is Kastu spinning, and then comes Oskuts. There we can see. Boom, not leaving any space and taking Kastu out unnecessarily. Hopanella is not close enough, he is too far. Tavo has all power engaged for the straights. So it is not going to help that much when you have only the DRS advantage. Now Flex Marshall is closer than ever. DRS for the main straight. This should be an easy overtake. Both drivers of course overtake on. Oh no, Flex has no ERS. The slipstream should be taken, but he is not taking it. Not gonna even go late braking. He's going to do a switcheroo for turn 2, but he just can't make it. Not this lap, but there's still 4.5 laps to go. So there's still chances, Tavo is closing up to these two guys when they are battling. Let's check the penalties at this point. Morgan has 3 seconds. Nothing. 5 seconds, which is already suffered. Tavo, drive through. Tavo has suffered a drive-through penalty and is still P4. Hopeaneula is one warning away. At the moment, Hopeaneula is driver of the day. He has made up 9 positions and he is still holding the P5, so Hopeaneula currently driver of the day. Now Flex Marshall is close. Hopefully there is no safety car, someone's gone. In the middle sector. This time the slipstream is taken. Can't make the late braking. That's wide. That is wide by Flex Marshall. Oh, just minor contact. But they are still going. This is for second place. For second place, I repeat. Side by side they are going. And that's great defending by Furilando. Nothing to say against. Amazing how these guys keep racing like this. But at the same time, Tavo is closing and having some little into the points. And into the podium in this case. He's smelling the podium. The smell of champagne. He wants it. He wants to steal it. Enduro is close to Hopeaneula, but Hopeaneula is not even close to Tavo, so Tavo can 100% concentrate on catching up to these two guys, which are still racing. And like I said, the penalties are not affecting. There's Profitec with EI. Of course he is coasting, so he can be driving straight through. Profitec's been lapped in this race. Hopeaneula is close to Enduro. Enduro just passed him. So Hopeaneula clearly in trouble in this race. But Tavo can keep concentration on catching up to these guys. Profitec was back driving, but he went back to EA as soon as he... Oh, looks like Tavo has no traction control, at least looks like it. Because his car is wobbling all over the place. 3 laps to go. Morton is leading the race by a mile. He has only 3 seconds. That's not gonna affect him his race. And there's only 3 laps to go, so only well, there's pretty much no safety cars possible anymore, so it means Morton wins the race without any mistakes by himself. Flex Marshall has completely killed his battery. Wing open, and this is not an overtake. He is not using his overtake button. And at the same time also Kasso is being lapped. Now Flex Marshall is close. But he can't make it yet. Let's see, the final lap is the final chance. There's 2.5 laps to go. Flex Marshall still racing. PMP Mac also in the pits. So they are just obviously trying to get the fastest lap. Only PMP Mac is in legal position for it. Let's see the tire. Yep, softs. So only PMP Mac is in legal position to take it. But now Flex Marshall has a chance, but out of ERS again. And Tahbo is in here. Let's see his battery. 43%. Looking great. Plasma the race is being overtaken. Tahbo can be the black horse. And take this away. Let's see the tire. Well, those mediums are off. They are all 15 laps old. Tahbo has hards. These guys have the mediums. 1.5 lap to go. Penultimate lap. Morton is leading by a mile as we can see, but it doesn't matter. This battle here. Kassu with soft tires is trying to get through as a coast there. Here we can see the difference between softs and hards. Oh, Flex Marshall's nearly lost it. Kassu is clearly going for the fastest lap here. Tahbo has all the power in the world to try to overtake in the final corner. Long way around the outside. And he makes it to the final corner. And now he has an opportunity to get it on the final lap. Against Furilando. Kassu makes the fastest lap, but it's not legal lap time because he's P11. There's blue flag for Kassu. Tahbo is P3 today. If he can make this overtake from Furilando, he will be P2, but I don't think. I think the P3 is and stands. Great overtake by Tahbo, along the round way. And nearly lost it there. Enduro lagging a little bit, but not badly. Morton is already coming for the final time in the Deadly 13. Made it through, there's only one sector to go for him. And he has won his first VCS race for a while. To the final corner, Morton comes and wins the Bahrain Grand Prix of Season 8 by a distance. After a penalty, he's gonna take it home. Furilando coming home second on track, but the penalties. Enduro has made an overtake into the final corner by the penalties. Tahbo is second in this race. Flex Marshall is fourth, Hopianolo fifth, Enduro sixth. Or Enduro, what? Okay. Enduro fourth, Flex Marshall fifth, Hopianolo sixth in this race. PMP fastest lap went for Kassu, so no fastest lap point given for anyone in this race. Oskuts P7 and Basmeter easy when he comes across the line. That's it. So Morton, he has won it. He has won the Season 8 Bahrain Grand Prix. And by a huge difference to the next driver. Those hearts look really worn. Let's see who is the driver of the day. Morton. Well, let's see who is our driver of the day post-race, but Morton is it here. Tahbo is second and Furilando is third after the penalty, so Tahbo is going to lead the championship by a mile. I think. Of course, the standings will be updated, I think, within 2 hours from this race on the website. So tonight you can expect them to be updated. There was 5 seconds coming for 5 seconds coming for Miska, but it's not gonna affect. And if he comes the next race, he has 5 seconds for Vietnam. But those are the race results for today. And now it's time for the interviews. Let's see how many people is coming there. When I go to interview channel, let's see who joins. But the race for now is over. And Vomble, current merchant, wins it. Tavo is second, and Fernando is third. That was amazing race, battle-wise. Not gonna lie, we are not going to have that kind of race very soon. Let's see, is there anyone? Oh yeah, Merchant had an ERS issue. He couldn't use any other mode than overtake button, so hopefully we can get someone to join us. There are the race results standing still. Fastest lap goes for Katsu. Of course, he won't get the extra point because he is outside the top 10. Hopefully we can have some visitors in interviews. Let's wait for a moment. Is there anyone coming? Yeah, there's Merchant, race winner today.
I won. I literally had no ERS for the entire race.
Yeah, I just read about it.
I had no battery power the entire race at all. I was literally just limping to the whole race.
Yeah, I saw when you were driving with overtake mode and 0 ERS. I was like, hopefully he's not stuck.
Oh, literally, I thought I was literally fucked immediately.
So you don't even have to disable an option in your MFD?
No, I literally tried it. I tried switching my controller off. I tried switching controls for it. Nothing happened.
That's a book that we need to report to Cody's as well. The qualifying timings inspector mode. There is a lot. There is a lot.
I'm so happy with it. Jesus. My start was the best thing ever. Had the best start ever.
But yeah, we do have anyone else here? Yes, we have a full party here. Furlando and Basmet Reezy have also joined the interviews. And
What's up, geez?
Yeah, there's also a lot of messages I haven't read in Discord. There's also already a report. We haven't even finished the stream yet and we already have a first video report. Well, that's quick. At least they don't forget. But
one sec. Just got.
Yep.
I had to take the microphone.
The Furlando is muted. No, he is not.
Hello.
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 Hello, hello. I will
Hello.
increase your audio a little bit, so there we go.
Yep. Cheers.
Yeah, in which order you actually finished? Martin won, Furlando was third for some reason, I don't know how, but Tavo is already reporting about his stuff and he made a drive-through penalty away a little bit, so not sure yet, we need to look after the videos first, but for now we are going with these results and we'll make the changes later if necessary. And Basmati Risi was 9th. Let's go in reverse order, so Basmati Risi, are you there? Is Basmati Risi here?
You there, bro?
Yeah.
Yep. You had a quite up and down race. Started P10. You were up a little, down a little, and ended up in P9.
Yeah. I tried fast lap in the end with
With the softs.
15%
Oh,
softs.
yeah. Looks like you couldn't do it because Kassu made the fastest lap by 1 second exactly. So,
Yeah.
of course, the worn tires they make a big difference in Bahrain. You had quite amazing battles as well as all the others. Morton had quite boring race in the lead. He missed all the action, but
Yeah.
at least he secured to win.
Mm-hmm.
And let's move on to Furlando. If Basmati Risi has something else to say, you can just ask and we will give you your turn. But Furlando, you are for now P3, but the results may change or may not change later on. How was your race today?
I qualified. I was actually quite surprised, to be honest. There's quite a lot of quick guys. Ladies looked very dominant in qualifying. Just fought the best, and at my end, I gave it a good, quick, clean lap. And in the race, I started second. I did a 3-stop, no, I wasn't 3-stop, 2-stop strategy. This was me and Marcel's plan, as he asked what tyres should we put on, and I thought softs, mediums. So,
Yeah.
brilliant stuff.
Yeah, only Morton and Oskuts pulled through a 1-stop today. Hopenella as well. But only those 3 guys made a 1-stop today, which was quite surprising, because for me, for example, managing those hards is impossible. So
That's not that bad.
for me, it's impossible. If you pit earlier than lap 11 for the hards, you're going to expect a puncher on the last lap.
Yeah,
So.
you're gonna.
But Morton, like I said, you missed all the action. You are actually the driver of the day. I completely missed that you were from P12 to P1. I completely missed that. I was looking at Hoppe and Ella's grids all the time, and I was imagining that you were being P3, P4, but you were actually way down the grid.
Yeah, that was mad. I just lost for words.
Yeah, somehow you managed to win the race by a mile.
Yeah,
And-
without the battery pack. I thought at the start of the race I was fucked immediately, because I thought I was gonna be left for dead on the straights, because I was only doing about 190 miles an hour on the straights, which is about, in race pace wise, on average about 10 miles an hour slower than what you'd normally do. I
Yeah,
genuinely
it
thought-
is a big
genuinely thought I was
difference.
fucked.
Going back to start, what happened there? Tavo and Furlando had a terrible start, and Flex Marshall just from P4 jumped in the lead. What happened in the start? If Furlando could explain what happened, or someone who was in the front.
I
don't know
was
what-
just trying to go inside. Someone hit me at the back end, and I almost spun, but not really.
Yeah, there was something happened. V-Conrad went in the wall, and looked like both Williams drivers had a jump start, but in reality they didn't have any. So the reaction of the Williamses were either perfect, lucky, or Somehow incredible.
Fucking mental.
Yeah, I was looking that the two Williamses are already in front of Tabo and Furlando before they even released the clutch. So their start was incredible in any situation. Or if Flex Marshall was about to take a jump start, he didn't, and Kassu accidentally reacted to Marshall. But he had an amazing start. At the same time, Kassu gets an amazing start, and everyone else was reacting normally. So that's a case I at least want to get an answer. Because that was something we don't see every day, that someone gets a perfect start in a league race. And I mean perfect. So I would like to have some point of view from there. But any of you guys, do you have anything to say before I shut down the stream?
Don't know. I actually don't know.
Yeah.
I legit don't know. I don't know what happened to Jockey.
He had a very minor contact with the barrier with literally 15 kilometers an hour, and his front end said, "I'm gonna head out." So his front suspension wrecked completely when he hit the barrier with 15 kilometers an hour.
Oh shit.
I had the exactly same thing in Vietnam in co-op with simulation damage.
I still can't believe you out-qualified me in that qualifying session by 5 milliseconds. I was fuming.
Oh.
I was absolutely not happy. When I saw the gap difference between me and him, I was like, "Are you kidding me? 5 milliseconds? That's nothing. Absolutely nothing."
It's literally nothing.
But I made it up. At the start. My start was that was probably the best thing that happened all race, was my start. I got up to like P7 straight away. But that's it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. But anything else?
I'm 90% sure that I race with Wheel in the next VCS race.
Okay, that's great. Just practice the Vietnam and you'll get it.
Well, Vietnamese is the next one, isn't it?
Yeah, Vietnam's the next one.
Yeah, right. Okay. I haven't raced that track at all yet. I need to try it.
Oh no.
Don't say oh no. I'm confident, do you?
1 week later, and Womble wins by a minute.
I wish. I could have won last weekend, but I threw that one away. Spun on the curb and lost it. Is that the end? Are we done?
Bye.
Yeah, my parents were here, but nothing too dramatic. But I think we can shut down the stream. We are done.
Okay.
It's late evening here in Finland. It's nearly 8 o'clock, and I still need to make the standings and some other stuff before I can do anything else. So I still got a lot of work to do this evening. I'm not even close to be finished. So yeah, thanks for watching for everyone. Thanks for interviews, Womble, Pastor Tracy, and for Orlando, who already left.
Hey, I'm not Womble anymore. Come on.
Oh, I keep saying it. I just keep saying it. Why did you even change it?
Because my name now is my actual name. That's my real name.
Oh.
That I want.
Well, what was the previous Womble then?
Yeah, you can call me as my nickname. There you are.
Okay.
If you want. It's up to you. You can call me whatever. I don't mind.
Well, that's an interesting name. I have never heard someone have a name of Morton, but of Wales is Wales.
It's Welsh.
Wales is Wales. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Welsh name.
Yeah. Thanks for watching for everyone, and thanks for interviews once again. So next week we have the Vietnam Grand Prix, and it will be interesting. Another street race. The corner cutting rule is still open. Are we going to use strict or regular? That will be announced later on before the F2 race. If there's even F2 race, we need to look after that as well. But we will let you know later on, and the live stream will be visible as soon as everything is confirmed. We are back next week in Vietnam. As long, goodbye.